To define a he or she, does one need an advanced degree? As a justice, she will opine. But who's a woman? She can't define. I guess it's time for... What's the big deal? What is the big deal? Things got absurd over defining a simple word. It's the exchange that grabbed the media by their hairpieces. Senator Marsha Blackburn asking Supreme Court Justice nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson to define the word woman.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Now, you know, this should only be a tough question at certain bars that me and Hemmer frequent after work.
Leave Bill Hemmer alone.
He doesn't want to be left alone. What can I do?
I asked.
So what is the message here other than in-your-face Women's History Month? Does she really not know what a woman is? No, of course she does. She's got 2 kids. The message here is that language now trumps nature, and it can be changed to fit whatever narrative the left cooks up. And you know our culture's broken when saying who's a woman can't be spoken. Imagine how absurd that would be if you needed to consult biologists or any experts for the most basic questions.
Hey, Phil, I heard it's your birthday. That's pretty cool. Is that true?
I don't know, actually. Let me ask my genealogist.
Yeah, apparently.
I had a nice time tonight. Have you been drinking, though?
Oh, let me ask my hematologist. I may have had a few, yeah.
Well, that was a great lunch. Do you think that sandwich had cheese in it, though? I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, I don't know. Let me ask my nutritionist. That means yes. And he says I owe him $20. And he wants to know if he can have your phone number.
That is, we do not condone bestiality here. No matter how fun it is.
A weirdo would say.
Weirdo, thank you.
Always great when you have to say that.
Yeah. Exactly. Kat, I believe you claim to be a woman. We don't have a biologist here to actually back that up. But can we say confidently that you are a woman? And is this a big deal that you wouldn't define it?
I can say confidently that I'm a woman.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things where I guess that, you know, obviously there's this cultural thing, and I'm someone, if someone wants to identify as a woman, I'll call you woman, I'll call you she, her. At the same time, you may go through different things I'll never go through as a trans person, but if you're a trans woman, you're never gonna go through having a vagina.
Yes.
Like, you're not gonna go through the same things as a person with a vagina, a woman like me, goes through, and it doesn't make sense to act like that's not the case. I have a vagina.
My penis identifies as a vagina, which is very confusing when I go to the doctor.
Mine identifies him a lot. That's why I got 4 kids.
You know, Jamie, there's a lot of grandstanding in these confirmation hearings, and it seems like it's yucky. I find it yucky. What do you think?
I find it yucky too. It's just, and I find it just really confusing. And even as I talk right now, I'm worried what I'm going to say.
Right.
Because it's so scary.
Exactly.
Like, and then the swimming controversy is so interesting. And I was like, I don't know anything, and I think people should be able to be whatever they want. But when it comes to competitions, that's where you start to feel bad for maybe someone that came in 2nd or 3rd place that might not have had the advantage that you had. And I was just thinking maybe we could do a thing where, like, maybe you shouldn't be able to compete in women's sports if when you win you get an erection. Just a thought. And then I was thinking, I shouldn't have said that, but
yeah, it's okay.
Then I was thinking, like, how serious could she really be about swimming? I had friends who would shave and stuff. You got an oar in the water. Do you know that swimmers shave like their entire bodies?
Yeah, that's
when
true.
They swim? That's why I try to convince my girlfriend to be a competitive swimmer.
Jamie. Tyrus.
Let's storm this whole episode up.
Do you think this was a gotcha question, and it's like she was just like she wanted to avoid the topic that Jamie refused to avoid?
You know, unfortunately, no.
No.
You know, women are under attack. They're everything that makes a woman special and unique is being taken from them. And it's very similar to, the fact that you always say history repeats itself, but sometimes it's in a different way, but it's the same road. There was a time in this country when African Americans like myself, we had to like fight to prove we were human. There was logic out there that we were 1/8 less and we were just something different, you know? Now we're seeing that it's come back around to where a woman is anything but what she is. Like, only a woman can give birth to a child.
Right.
There has never been on this planet a human being born with ovaries and because of this episode, a Johnson, and can create life.
Yeah.
Only a woman can do that. You can do it in the lab, but that's a woman. And the fact that I was really disappointed that she couldn't just said, yes, I'm a woman. I know what a woman is. You know what a woman is. But that's the power of the progressive and the woke, because she would have made a lot of enemies for just saying so. But what scares me is you're going to be a Supreme Court justice. You're going to back down from that? What else are you going to back down from?
That's a good point. Rob, do you think she was just terrified of the woke?
Well, I mean, she's got cover because she's on the left side of the aisle, so there's not going to be a problem. And then they own the hearing, and they're going to let it pass and all this stuff. But I mean, if it's that simple that she can't identify a woman, yet she's supposed to tell you what the Constitution says, I would have followed up with, okay, you're not a biologist. Define a biologist. What's that? You know, come on, let's keep it real for a little bit. You're at home doing your own thing. You do you. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But it's all this crap. This is from the side that just trust the science. This is not science. Yeah. Science is there's a man and a woman gives birth. Boom. And I'm not a biologist.
Yeah.
I'd fail biology.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody got offended that she said it was biology that determines if you're a woman or not.
That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
Kind of does.
It does. Yeah, but that's not in the modern world. It's all about construct, that anybody could be a woman, to your point, which denigrates the fairer sex. There, I said it. Fairer sex. Huh? Come after me. Anybody? I'm lonely. Coming up, more White House employees vent about the stumbling vice president.